If I hear we're going to hire more AI engineers, again, I'm going to lose it. I don't know how many times I can say this. This future does not belong to building AI models. Just let that sink in for a minute. It belongs to the people and businesses that can make these models work together to produce actual outcomes. A fleet of AI engineers is not going to make your business better. This is where people get confused. AI engineers build capabilities, okay? Solutions, system architects build the entire ecosystem. I work with dozens of clients trying to modernize, and the gap almost every single time is not tech, and it's certainly not talent, it's translation between technology and the business. And it's honestly one of the hardest roles for businesses to fill because it takes someone who understands and respects both worlds, the business and IT. And the developers actually have to like them, which is usually the hardest part. I get the question daily, what does our new workforce look like? Should we be having AI engineers at every turn? It's like, no, you need to focus on the solution architect, system architect, whatever you want to call it, or enterprise architect. You need to think of them like an orchestra conductor, right? They're making sure every instrument, your tools, ERP, CRM, MES, AI tools, data warehouses, whatever, are moving together in harmony. If one section of the orchestra is off beat or sounds terrible, then the entire song is ruined. I think a big reason we don't see a lot of solutions or systems architects in the marketplace is because they think they need a lot of technical skill. And to a point, they need to be able to speak tech, but that can be learned in industry. The orchestra conductor might not play the violin, but they make sure that all the violinists are supported and they know when to come into the song. If you're in one of those AI obsessed companies, which likely you are, solutions architect is going to design the entire AI roadmap. The AI engineer is going to help develop those capabilities just as a software engineer can. The SE is going to really focus on how this tool is going to produce results. I don't know about you, but I want to be the person that's producing the results for the organization, especially as we see this shift of massive AI automation-based layoffs. The reason why this role is kind of quietly exploding in the industry is because businesses are so chaotic when it comes to their technology. They're overwhelmed by this integration at every corner and just this overall tool sprawl. Every single organization out there, I dare you to prove me wrong, needs someone who can align business systems with actual outcome, especially as things like ERPs. I talk to businesses every day that are ditching their ERP or going in a different direction because they need more specialized solutions. Modernization, automation, AI, machine learning, as all of these things collide, those all fall under a solution architect role. Oh, and just a little bonus, they easily clear 6 figures. Sounds hard because it is. But I think what stops a lot of people from pursuing it is they think they need some sort of weird PhD in computer science or they need to be crowned like coder of the year, which is not true in any way, shape, or form. Most of the best solutions architects that I know didn't even start in IT. They started in solving the damn problem. You do not need to know every programming language. You need to know how the business language connects to the system language. So how are you gonna get this job? Well, I'm gonna tell you. I can spot a future very good solution architect from a mile away because they're asking questions like, why is that process slow? Where's the data getting lost? They start to map that workflow, right? And see how the systems support it to discover the gap. Boom, solution architecture. If you're in operations, start identifying the pitfalls in your business's operations. Start understanding how that maps into certain systems. If you're in tech, start listening to how the business defines success. It's like learning languages and becoming an interpreter. I do want to stress about this role. You do need to know how the system works. And more importantly, you are the champion for the people that develop them. You do not need to be a full stack engineer, but you do need to understand how these systems go together. So if you're on the business side, not the technical side, start to really get curious about that. API, data flows, integration tools, data logic, learn it. Understand the basics of your cloud architecture of your business. You're just learning how to read the city's blueprint before you start building a new one. Focus on those enterprise KPIs, man. Everything comes back to that. Even if they're stupid, you should probably quit. Not so much what's the feature, right? What is the feature producing as far as an outcome? You gotta learn the tools of the trade, even if they're dinosaurs. I talk to a lot of especially young solution architects that are like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this crazy Frankenstein of a system that's 20 years old, that's owned by Robert in IT, and he's the only one that knows how to work it. He doesn't want to modernize. Let's back up. Let's first learn the basics of what the system does. Where's the ERP? Where's the CRM? What's the operating model? What are our data systems? We have integration frameworks. Do we have to talk about Boomi in every meeting? You do not need to know how to play every instrument, right? But we still need to know how they sound together. And last, but certainly not least, the most important thing you can do is figure out how to make DevOps like you. You don't manage DevOps, You earn DevOps, okay? I've seen this happen in real time. If you're not ready to stand up for your development team, get the hell out. I've seen it in real meetings. The minute the solution architect is like, we're not doing that. One, because it's not in scope. Two, because you're not the boss. Well, once they grow a backbone, it's amazing to see how DevOps can relax, know that they have someone in their corner that's going to let them do what they need to do, not just pull them in a bunch of different directions because they have a specialized skill set. I recommend bringing them snacks. Just personal experience. Now it's time to hear from you guys. If you are a solution architect, if you work with one, tell us what your recommendations are or your journey in the comments so we can share that in going into this new generation of IT.